Zhang Fei, courtesy name Yide, was a Chinese military general and politician serving under the warlord Liu Bei in the late Eastern Han Dynasty and early Three Kingdoms period of China. Zhang Fei and Guan, who were among the earliest to join Liu Bei, shared a brotherly relationship with their lord and accompanied him on most of his early exploits. Zhang Fei fought in various battles on Liu Bei's side, including the Red Cliffs Campaign, 208–209, takeover of Yide Province, 212–214, and Hanzhong Campaign, 217–218. He was assassinated by his subordinates in 221 after serving for only a few months in the state of Shu Han, which was founded by Liu Bei earlier that year. Zhang Fei is one of the major characters in the 14th-century historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which dramatizes and romanticizes the events before and during the Three Kingdoms period. In the novel, Zhang Fei became sworn brothers with Liu Bei and Guan in the fictional Oath of the Peach Garden at the start of the novel and remained faithful to their oath until his death. Early career: Zhang Fei was from Zhou Commandery. In the 180s, towards the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty, he and Guan became Liu Bei's followers. As Guan was several years older than Zhang Fei, Zhang regarded him as an elder brother. Guan and Zhang Fei were known as stalwart and strong men, which made them talented fighters. When Liu Bei was later appointed as the Chancellor of Pingyuan State, Pingyuan Guo, by the Han central government, Zhang Fei and Guan served as majors of separate command, Ba under him. Liu Bei cherished them as if they were his own brothers, and the three of them shared a brotherly relationship to the point of sharing the same room, sleeping on the same mat and eating from the same pot. Zhang Fei and Guan acted as bodyguards for Liu Bei. They followed him on his exploits and were always ready to face any danger and hardship. Conflict between Liu Bei and Liu Bei. In 194, Liu Bei succeeded Dao Qian as the governor of Shu Province. The following year, he led his forces to Huayan County to counter an invasion by Yuan Shu. During this time, he left Zhang Fei behind to guard Shapi, the capital of Shu Province. Zhang Fei wanted to kill Cao Bao, a former officer under Dao Qian. For reasons unknown, Cao Bao fled back to his own camp and set up defenses while sending a messenger to request aid from Liu Bei, another warlord who was taking shelter under Liu Bei at the time. Liu Bei led his forces to attack Shapi and succeeded in seizing control of Shapi. Zhang Fei fled after losing Shapi to Liu Bei. Liu Bei returned to Shu Province, which was now under Liu Bu's control, and reluctantly accepted Liu Bu's offer to move to Xiaopei while Liu Bei remained in Shapi. Tensions between Liu Bei and Liu Bei increased until the point of conflict. Liu Bei sought help from Cao, a warlord who controlled the Han central government. Cao and Liu Bei combined forces and defeated Liu Bei at the Battle of Shapi in 198, after which they returned to the imperial capital Shu together. In Shu, Zhang Fei was appointed as a general of the household, Zhang Langzhang, roaming the land with Liu Bei. In 199, Liu Bei pretended to volunteer to lead an army to attack Yuan Shu, and used that opportunity to leave Shu and escape from Cao's watch. He headed to Shu Province, killed Che Zhou, the provincial governor appointed by Cao, and seized control of Shapi again. The following year, Cao personally led his forces to attack Liu Bei, defeated him, and took back control of Shu Province. After his defeat, Liu Bei fled to Ji Province, where he took refuge under Cao's rival, Yuan Shao. Liu Bei later left Yuan Shao by pretending to help Yuan Shao gain support from local rebels in Runan in his war against Cao. He eventually found shelter under Liu Biao, the governor of Jing Province. Liu Biao put him in charge of Xinye County on the northern border of Jing Province. It is not known whether Zhang Fei followed Liu Bei to join Yuan Shao after Liu Bei's defeat in Shu Province, or whether he, like Guan was separated from Liu Bei during that period of time. Red Cliffs Campaign, Battle of Changban. In 208, following Liu Biao's death, Cao launched a military campaign aimed at wiping out opposing forces in Jing Province and the Jiangdong, or Wu, region. In the meantime, Liu Bei evacuated Xinye County and led his followers towards Shako. which was controlled by Liu Bei's elder son, Liu Qi. Cao Cao was worried that Liu Bei would occupy Zhongling County, which was abundant in military resources. Before he did, he immediately ordered his troops to leave behind their heavy equipment and baggage, and move swiftly to Xianyang. When Cao Cao reached Xianyang, Liu Bei's younger son and successor, Liu Kong, surrendered to him without putting up resistance. After learning that Liu Bei had already passed by Xianyang, Cao Cao personally led a 5,000 strong elite cavalry force to pursue Liu Bei. After traveling over 300 li in just one day and one night, Cao Cao and his riders caught up with Liu Bei at Changban and attacked him. During the battle, Liu Bei abandoned his family and fled, with only Zhuge Liang, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun and a small number of soldiers accompanying him. Cao Cao's forces captured many of Liu Bei's followers and his equipment. Zhang Fei led 20 horsemen to cover Liu Bei's retreat. After destroying a bridge, he stood guard at one end, facing the enemy, brandished his spear, glared at the enemy and shouted, "I'm Zhang Yide. You can come forth and fight me to the death." Cao Cao's soldiers were all afraid and did not dare to approach him. Liu Bei and his followers were hence able to retreat safely. Battle of Red Cliffs. And after, in 208, Liu Bei and Sun Quan combined forces and defeated Cao Cao at the decisive Battle of Red Cliffs. Liu Bei later took control of southern Jing province, with his headquarters at Nan Commandery and Gunnan County. Zhang Fei was appointed general who attacks barbarians and administrator of Yide Commandery. He was also in theft as the Marquis of Xin village. He was later reassigned to serve as the administrator of Nan Commandery. Yi Province Campaign. Earlier defense of Jing Province. In 211, Liu Bei led an army to Yi Province to assist the governor Liu Zhang in countering the advances of a rival warlord, Zhang Lu of Hanzhong Commandery. He left Zhang Fei and others behind to guard Jing Province in his absence. Earlier in 209, Liu Bei married Sun Quan's younger sister Lady Sun to strengthen the alliance between him and Sun Quan. Because of her brother's strong influence, Lady Sun was arrogant and she allowed her close aides to behave lawlessly. Even Liu Bei was afraid of her. When Sun Quan heard that Liu Bei had left for Yi Province, he sent a vessel to Jing Province to fetch his sister home. Lady Sun attempted to bring along Liu Bei's son Liu Shan with her, but Zhang Fei and Zhao Yun led their men to stop her and managed to retrieve Liu Shan. Conquest of Yi Province. Around 212, relations between Liu Bei and Liu Zhang deteriorated to the point of conflict. When Liu Bei started a campaign aimed at seizing Yi Province from Liu Zhang, Liu Bei ordered Zhuge Liang, Zhao Yun, Zhang Fei and others to lead reinforcements into Yi Province to help him, while Guan Yu remained behind to defend Jing Province. When Liu Zhang heard that Liu Bei received reinforcements from Jing Province, he dispatched Zhang Yi, Junsi, with an army to stop them at Deyang County. However, Zhang Fei defeated them and forced Zhang Yi to withdraw back to Chengdu. Along the way, Zhang Fei attacked Jiangzhou, which was defended by Zhao Zan, the administrator of Ba Commandery, along with his more famous subordinate Yan Yan, a military officer serving under Liu Zhang. He defeated both of them and captured Yan Yan alive. Zhang Fei asked him, "When my army showed up, why did you put up resistance instead of surrendering?" Yan Yan replied, "You people launched an unwarranted attack on my home province. There may be generals in my province who will lose their heads, but there are none who will surrender." Zhang Fei was enraged and he ordered Yan Yan's execution. An expressionless Yan Yan asked, "If you want to chop off my head, then do it. What's with that outburst of anger?" Zhang Fei was so impressed with Yan Yan's courage that he released him and treated him like an honored guest. Zhang Fei's army then proceeded to break through Liu Zhang's defenses until they reached Chengdu, Yi Province's capital, where they rendezvoused with Liu Bei and the others. In 214, Liu Zhang surrendered and yielded Yi Province to Liu Bei. Liu Bei rewarded Zhuge Liang, Fa Zhang, Zhang Fei and Guan Yu each with 500 jin of gold, 1.000 jin of silver, 50 million coins and 1.000 rolls of silk. Zhang Fei was also appointed as the administrator, Tai Shou, of Baxi Commandery. Hanzhong Campaign. Battle of Baxi. In around 215, Cao Cao attacked and defeated Zhang Lu, after which Hanzhong Commandery came under his control. Cao Cao left Shahuo Yuan, Zhang He and others behind to defend Hanzhong while he returned to Yi. During that time, Zhang He led his forces to attack Baxi Commandery with the aim of forcing Baxi's residents to relocate to Hanzhong Commandery. His army passed through Dongchu, Dangku, Mengtu, Mentu, and Dongxi, Dangxi counties, and encountered Zhang Fei's troops. Both sides held their positions for over 50 days, after which Zhang Fei led about 10,000 elite soldiers and took an alternative route to attack Zhang He. As the mountain paths were very narrow and inaccessible, Zhang He's army was effectively divided into two because the troops at the front and the rear were unable to contact and assist each other, resulting in a victory for Zhang Fei. Zhang He and about 10 of his men escaped on foot through a shortcut and retreated back to Nanjing. Peace was restored in Baxi Commandery. Conquest of Hanzhong. In 217, Liu Bei mobilized his forces and personally led a campaign to seize control of Hanzhong Commandery from Cao Cao. He ordered Zhang Fei and Ma Chao to supervise Wu Lan, Lei Tong, and Ren Kui, to attack Wudu Commandery, which was defended by Cao Hong. Zhang Fei attempted to trick Cao Hong into believing that they were planning to seal his retreat route. But Cao Shu saw through the ruse, and Wu Lan suffered a major defeat which absolved Zhang Fei from continuing the campaign. Lei Tong and Ren Kui were killed in action while Wu Lan fled to Yinping Commandery, Yinping Jun, and was killed by a D chieftain, Changduan. In 219, Liu Bei emerged victorious in the Hanzhong Campaign and proclaimed himself King of Hanzhong, Han Zhong Wang. He appointed Zhang Fei as general of the right, Yu Zhongjun. Liu Bei later planned to return to Chengdu and he wanted to leave a veteran general behind to guard Hanzhong. Many people believed that Zhang Fei would receive this responsibility and even Zhang Fei himself thought so too. However, to everyone's surprise, Liu Bei chose Wei Yan instead and appointed him as the administrator of Hanzhong. Service in Shu Han. In 221, Liu Bei declared himself emperor and founded the state of Shu Han. He promoted Zhang Fei to general of chariots and cavalry, Chaiqi Zhongjun, and colonel director of retainers, Si Li Xiao Wei, and infeft him as the Marquis of Shi District, Shi Shanghu. Liu Bei sent an imperial edict to Zhang Fei as follows: I have received the mandate of heaven and inherited the noble work of my ancestors. I am obliged to restore peace and purge the empire of chaos. As of now, there are villains and barbarians causing destruction and harm to the people, while those who miss the Han dynasty eagerly hope for its restoration. I feel distressed. I can neither rest well nor have my meals in peace. I have prepared the armies and made an oath to bring heaven's punishment upon those evildoers. You are loyal and resolute. Your deeds are comparable to those of Xiaohu. Your fame spreads near and far. As such, I give you special appointments, grant you a peerage, and put you in charge of affairs in the capital. You are born with heaven's might. You use virtue to win over others, and you dish out punishments to wrongdoers. I am very pleased with you. The classic of poetry says, not to distress the people, nor with urgency, but making them conform to the royal state. You have commenced and earnestly displayed your merit, and I will make you happy. How can I not give encouragement to you? Death. Earlier in late 219, Sun Quan broke his alliance with Liu Bei and sent his general Lu Meng to lead an invasion of Liu Bei's territories in Jing province, which resulted in the death of Guan Yu. Around July or August 221, Liu Bei launched a campaign against Sun Quan to take revenge and seize back his territories in Jing province. Zhang Fei was ordered to lead 10,000 troops from Langzhong to rendezvous with Liu Bei's main force at Jiangzhou. During this mobilization, Zhang Fei gave the seemingly impossible task of designing saddles for the Shu forces to two of his subordinates, Fan Chang, Fan Zhang, and Zhang Da. The two officers feared punishment for their failure, so they hurriedly assassinated Zhang Fei and decapitated him. Immediately after this, they defected to Wu and brought Zhang Fei's head to Sun Quan. When Liu Bei heard that Zhang Fei's adjutant had sent him a report, he exclaimed, "Oh, Zhang Fei is dead. In October or November 260, Liu Bei's son and successor Liu Shan granted Zhang Fei the posthumous name, Marquis Huan. Family and descendants. In the year 200, Zhang Fei chanced upon Shahuo Yuan's niece, Lady Shahuo, while she was out gathering firewood and abducted her. She was around 13 years old at the time by East Asian age reckoning. Zhang Fei knew that she was of good upbringing, so he married her. They had one daughter, who later married Liu Shan and became Empress of the state of Shu. Empress Jing'e had a younger sister who also married Liu Shan and was known as Empress Zhang. Zhang Fei's eldest son, Zhang Bao, died at a young age. Zhang Bao's son, Zhang Zun, served as a master of writing. In 263, during the conquest of Shu by Wei, he followed Zhu Zan to defend Mianzhu from the Wei general Deng Ai but was killed in action. Zhang Fei's second son, Zhang Shao, inherited his father's marquis title and served as a palace attendant, Shi Zhang, and supervisor of the masters of writing, Shang Shu Puxi, in Shu. In 263, the Shu Emperor Liu Shan ordered Zhang Shao, Chao Zhou and Deng Liang, to represent him when he officially surrendered to Deng Ai and brought an end to the Shu regime. After the fall of Shu, Zhang Shao accompanied Liu Shan to the Wei capital Luoyang, where he was infeft as a marquis along with other former Shu officials. Appraisal. Chen Shou, who wrote Zhang Fei's biography in the Sangguazi, commented on the latter as follows: Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were praised as mighty warriors capable of fighting 10,000 of enemies, Wan Ren Di. They were like tigers among Liu Bei's subjects. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei both had the style of a guoshi. Guan Yu repaid Cao Cao's kindness while Zhang Fei released Yan Yan out of righteousness. However, Guan Yu was unrelenting and conceited while Zhang Fei was brutal and heartless. These shortcomings resulted in their downfalls. This was not something uncommon. Cheng Yu, an advisor to Cao Cao, once mentioned that Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were capable of fighting 10,000 of enemies, Wan Ren Di. This assessment is also that of Guo Jia and Zhou Yu, as did another lesser-known official working for Cao Cao's state, Fu Gan. In the main text of Zhang Fei's biography, Chen Shou wrote that Zhang Fei respected virtuous persons and detested those of vile character. Liu Bei had constantly warned Zhang Fei about his barbaric behavior, as he once told the latter, "You have dealt out far too excessive punishments. You often flog your men, who are actually the ones who will carry out your orders. Your behavior will get you into trouble." Zhang Fei still did not change his ways. The Australian sinologist Rafe de Crespigny commented, "There are anecdotes describing Zhang Fei as a man of literary tastes who composed verse in the midst of battle. But he is more generally known as arrogant, impetuous and brutal, while Guan Yu was said to be harsh towards men of the gentry but treated his soldiers well. Zhang Fei was courteous towards the virtuous but cruel to his rank and file." The two men were nonetheless regarded as the finest fighting men of their lifetime. In Romance of the Three Kingdoms. In the historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Zhang Fei's physical appearance was described in the following: 8 spans tall, had a head of a panther's and huge round eyes, bowed to Huan Yan, a swallow's jowls and a tiger's beard, Yan Han Hu Shu, a voice like thunder and a stance of a dashing horse. Zhang Fei's courtesy name is written as Yide in Chinese instead of Yide, but both names have the same pronunciation in Mandarin. Zhang Fei was also described to be an alcoholic, and his obsession with alcohol caused his judgment to be affected from time to time. Throughout the novel, Zhang Fei was depicted as an exceedingly loyal and formidable warrior, but also a short-tempered man, who often got into trouble when he was not on the battlefield. His weapon was a 1.8 zhang long refined steel spear, which was also called a 1.8 zhang long serpent spear, Zhangba She Mao, meaning spear as long as a 1.8 zhang serpent, or later, 1.8 zhang spear with serpent-shaped head.